This is Ned Kumar here, and I'm kind of speaking kind of low because I'm at my grandparents' house. I'm doing this video after my video update, and today on the topic, I want to talk about standards in a relationship. Because over the years I've learned that the only way to actually be in a good relationship is if you have your standards up really high before getting into one. Because you really have your standards pretty low, you pretty much end up with anybody on the street, and the guy will end up being an asshole or a jerk, or he'll mistreat you. And then, since because your standards are so low, you'll want to leave them because you'll think that you won't find anything better. But you can actually. You can actually find anything better if you're willing to actually reject something that you have bad and actually make the effort of looking for something good, because even though, as I said, like in my previous videos, that most men aren't really worth it, and they are actually good men out there. And the only way you can actually find these men is if you have your standards pretty high. Because over the years and watching my dating coaches, I've learned that you have to have your standards high. Like me personally, my standards are pretty high. What I look for in a relationship or in a woman in general is they should be smart, mature, kind, caring. They have to be able to hold an intellectual conversation. They have to have at least a source of income. It doesn't matter if it's a job, if it's unemployment, if it's disability, whatever, but they have to have some form of income because, nowadays, this economy, I don't want to be paying all the dates. I'm sorry. If that offends anybody, I can understand because maybe you were raised during a time where the men paid for everything, but we're not really in the 1940s anymore. And, people should pay half and half for going out on dates. Yes, on the first date, a man should pay, hands down. I agree with that. But after the first date, just go in half and half. Come on. And another high standard that I have is that a woman has to have a mode of transportation, because I don't really want to be picking up anybody unless it's an emergency. Also, a woman having a car makes her more flexible. So, let's say all of a sudden I'm alone in my apartment and I just read some videos and I read a pizza with a Pepsi, and I'm saying like, hey, I really don't want to see these movies alone. I pretty much just want to see it with her. So, I can just pick up the phone. Yeah, here's the phone right here. You take it up like this and you say, hey, I just ordered some pizzas and some movies. Do you want to come over? Because I really don't want to see them alone. So you can keep me company. You know what I mean? And so you won't also be alone. I want her to say, okay, I'll come. And then get on the car and come to my apartment. I don't want to be like, oh man, I just ordered some pizzas, some movies, and a Coca-Cola, Pepsi, sorry. And I have to like go get her because she has like no car. Crap. You know what I mean? Another standard is that she has to be independent 100%. She has to be that kind of woman that hardly relies on anyone for help. And on a man, sure, as a boyfriend, I'll take care of her, through thick and thin. And, I'll always be worried about her and I'll always protect her. But, I don't want her to be that kind of woman where, she's coming out at night. She's like, oh, can you come with me? Because I'm all alone and scared. And I need to get to the car because I can't do that on my own. No, come on. I know the world is dangerous and women are pretty much, in some ways, a little bit less defenseless than men. I live in Puerto Rico, so that's why I'm saying this. Anyway, but there's a lot of women who love their independence. They're very independent. They don't want men protecting them because they think it's degrading. They're women, so they can protect themselves. Sure, a man needs to protect them in some areas, but in general, I want women to actually protect themselves and be very, independent. Now, I want her to also be close to the family. I want her to be like a very, family person, and that, she knows how to actually treat you and take care of you because At the end of the day, she can have amazing qualities, but if she doesn't know how to treat you, then, it's pretty much nothing. She has to know how to treat you when you're sad, when you're angry, how to actually talk to you. She can have a sense of authority, but not in the sense of authority, at least to me, to overpower you. I like equal everything in the relationship. I don't want to be above her, nor do I want her to be above me. We're equal. You know what I mean? And, finishing on the topic, you could, if you want better relationships in life, just have high standards, whatever they might be. If your standards are more old fashioned, or if your standards are more modern times, have them high. The higher the better. And don't really get into someone until at least for me, it's 75%. But, don't get into them. I'm sorry, don't get into a relationship until it's at least 75% of the qualities and standards you have. Because it's better to wait until something good comes into not wait and end up with something shitty. Anyway, so sorry.